Hello everyone, welcome to something new. Now, you probably read the title. I don't know what the title is yet. I'm recording this before even starting. But anyway, so you might be wondering, where are you? Well, I'm in one of my newer creative test worlds, and I've been wanting to plan something and start up a survival series, which is what this will be. But instead of just doing like normal, quote unquote, normal stuff, I want to actually make my own village, town, whatever in this spot. Because I've been looking, let's start out with I've always wanted to do that. It's been one of my main things I've ever wanted to do in Minecraft, and I've never really gotten around to it, or I've lost inspiration and I overthought everything, as in to the point of thinking out what buildings I need for what. Like, if I wanted an iron farm, this building has to go around it with this purpose, with this style. But with this, I'm not going to do that. I am going to pre-plan some stuff like down here, which I will get to, and some just colors and palettes. But that's it. Everything else is going to be whatever I feel like doing and everything. So, and I wanted to pick a seed that had awesome ocean access like this does, so I can do a cool harbor, dock, whatever you want to call this. But I also wanted something flat enough to build on that gradually went up in elevation to create some really awesome uh, just areas to look at and all that. So let's start out with this giant green emerald square. If you haven't figured this out yet, these are the spawn chunks. So I want to put iron farms maybe in each of the corners, and they should be producing iron all the time. And I just want to do that. I've always wanted an awesome big iron farm. So that's my plan for that. Now, I've actually mapped out this area. This is an 8x8 map, I believe. Yes. And this is our little starting area we will be in. And as you can see up here, we do have a village. It's just kind of beyond all the fog. But we do have a village, and we will be able to do villagers earlier rather than later, which is what I kind of plan on doing this episode if I can. I'll explain my goals for this episode after this little creative segment. But yeah, here's our spawn chunks, and I did check these, and I'll double check it in the survival world once I start that process. But yeah, our first area that we're going to be working on is actually the docks, and I plan to kind of swoop along the shoreline, kind of where all the stone bit is, and have like a really nice massive dock layout because this is actually a good time. I can't speak. This is actually a good time to talk about the dock design. So I will not be taking credit for this design. I saw this from one of fWhip videos back in 2014. No, not 2014. In one of his survivals in 1.14, and I saw it and I instantly fell in love with it. He had nice little piers and this awesome stoneway, which is what this level will be at, which is pretty similar to this level already. And then he had these outjetting segments with smaller harbors in here like this that are lower down to the ground. And I just saw it and I was like, that is the kind of harbor I want to have. So full credit to fWhip for his design. I don't know. I would have done stuff like this or stone. It would have been not as good as this. And uh, since that video was old, he had like torches up on the pillars, but I'm gonna do lanterns and mix it up a little bit. And he didn't have like andesite or these cracked bricks in there either, but I've decided to mix it up once again, just with some newer stuff and stuff that I like personally. And speaking of that, we have a big selection of palettes and roofs. Once again, I've used some of these before, like this one, that one, a mix of these ones, some of the wood ones, and that's pretty much it. A lot of them I haven't used, like I haven't used these white ones yet. I haven't used tough in it yet, and I actually just finished watching a video as I was building these. It's from his video, but it's from BlueNerd Minecraft. Uh, and this is like 14 must-know starting tips for building a city. And I knew most of the tips. I've watched stuff like that before, and I've kind of known that. But I got this palette from his video. He actually goes through and skims past all of these, and I think it's just awesome because I would have just stuck to like one of these for all the stone bits. I wouldn't have thought about mixing it up, and same thing with the orange bricks, and then over there, whatever, you know? And I've always done either this kind of roof or, and none of these other designs. I've never even done brick roofs. So I got more inspiration from his video once again, just from the background. He talks about the roofs real quick, and I drew inspiration. Like, I never thought of doing this kind of technique where it follows all the way along up until this one where it kind of dips down. Never would have thought of that. That is brilliant, and full credit for these roof designs and the palettes to, once again, BlueNerd Minecraft. I'll leave all the links for any inspiration in the comments. Or in the description, not the comments. And same thing with this, and I've never built diagonal buildings like this, so I'm going to try diagonal buildings. And this was also in the video. It was just kind of in the background. I kind of could have just copied it block for block, but I've also never done towers in that connect to the roofs, so that's gonna be a interesting thing. So this is all almost new to me, and if we actually let's jump over to my test builds world. Because this is where I do most of my building for testing stuff, and I was actually working on a project that I decided not to do. So I was gonna make the TARDIS map from Doctor Who, and this is a supernatural map that I did 2-3 years ago. But normally this is the block palette I've always stuck with, like this right here. So this is a little lighthouse design I made, but it's all the same stuff, no variation, just, you know, then a little starting house, blah blah, some other stuff. And this is actually the first big house I started to do more variation stuff on with the bricks down below, but nothing else. But then I started to do the roof kind of like this and leaves, but I was going to build this in a survival, but I never did. But I've always stuck with the same palette out of my years of playing. Like, it's the only palette I stick with, and I've been experimenting, and these are from other videos and other ideas from other videos and whatnot from other YouTubers and creators that are much more better at palettes and block combination than me, because I stick to the same 5 blocks. So let's jump back over to, it's just called test because I was just testing worlds. But yeah, so this segment's getting a bit long, so I'm just gonna do a quick little wrap up, and I don't want to spoil my plans yet. Like, obviously we're gonna start with the dock and the area. We're gonna start down over here and just kind of work our way up, and we'll kind of jump around to, like, we'll jump over here for the iron farms and whatnot. But it's gonna be a awesome and very long process to convert this whole area into something awesome. And a lot of the houses probably won't have a purpose, but you know what, that's okay. Like, that's part of the planning process. And I will just say one thing, a castle might look good up here on this little snowy cap mountain. Just saying, a nice castle up there would be pretty nice. The map's glitching out. And I love this too. I have some pretty cool plans with this, and I've already messed with some plans already. But you can't see them because it's hidden. So I'm excited to actually start this process. So in the next clip, I'm going to jump over into a survival world and explain just more stuff, I guess. So, but we'll actually start getting progress done. Here we are, guys. We are officially in survival in the world, and obviously this is not the same world as all the creative stuff because that would be cheating. I'm not about cheating. So I'm really excited to start this project and get going. So how I'm going to kind of get started? I'm moving. I'm moving on Friday, and it's Wednesday, and I need to finish packing and all that. So, in the process of moving, I won't have my big computer, which is where's a tree? I don't want to go to that big tree across the ravine. Let's just work our way over there. So I won't be able to. It's not that I won't be able to. I just won't record just because my laptop is great and all that, but the I won't have any good audio, or I can't even. I don't think I can edit on there, but I don't remember why I didn't edit stuff last time. Maybe because I didn't have recording. But anyway, not the point. The point is, in the downtime when I do play, like I'll just transfer this world file over to the laptop and play on that one. Is I will just be getting resources and getting stuff. So I hate early game. Like it's nice after a while, but I don't like early game. So that's just my thing. I've done it too much too recently, and I am struggling with words. Oh my god, I should not. I need a pickaxe. I am struggling so much. I don't want to ruin the ground too much, so let's dig in up here. Perfect. So, I'm just gonna get a lot of stuff together and just get better tools. Like, I don't want to be an iron next episode or even during this episode. So I definitely want to progress before I show more on camera at least, just so it's a little bit more fun and quicker to do videos that way. And it's just gonna be easier instead of trying to record and stop stuff while I'm collecting stuff. I'm rambling at this point. I'm sorry, but let's go make some better tools. So I will be using data packs. I have not put them in yet because I just haven't. But it's nothing too crazy. I will put in like Enderman griefing from like it's a bunch of the vanilla tweaked ones. Basically what the hermits use. So anti-Enderman griefing. I might do the shulker one. Like, oh my god, my inventory. I am struggling so much. I'm halfway through a monster in like 10 minutes. So, I don't know if that's it. That's never been it in the past, but maybe I'm just excited to get this going. Because I've been planning this for a few days now. Oh my god, I missed a log. But I've been planning this for a few days, and one of the things I need to do is like go all the way out there and get dark oak, go up there and get spruce, but like just getting stuff here to the base where I want to start setting up. And one of the first builds I want to do, like I said in the creative intro scene, whatever you want to call it, is I want to start with the dock area. And with that, I actually want my starting base to be a small little ship. So, normally, I've always wanted to go for like a big galleon or brig, if my nautical terms are correct. Normally I would go with one of those, but I might go with something smaller like a schooner or something just to get going and get us something that isn't as resource intense, because this is all I have, you know? And I was also thinking about doing different skins for the different areas I'll be working on. So like if I'm doing dock stuff, I might put on a pirate outfit or something. I haven't thought too much about that. It just kind of came to mind, and yeah. So as you can also see, I'm using textured packs. So once again, it's a lot of the vanilla tweaks ones. I love that website, and I love the wavy leaves with the bushy leaves. it just looks so awesome. I also have wavy grass and flowers. I don't think the sunflowers wave, do they? Oh, they do. That's awesome. So it just makes the world more immersive, and I fixed the stones down there too, so there's not rough. I'm still not a big fan of the diorite, but if I do decide to use white pallets, I might need to use some in it, which I'm not too happy about, but I have to play with it. I might replace it with wool. I did that, and I was like looking at the two videos, like mine and BlueNerd's, because I got the palettes from him, and I was looking at it, I was like, why does mine look a lot darker? So I didn't know if it was just like weird film quality. I should probably get some wool before night falls. So yeah, I'm just gonna get a bunch of stuff together, and basically when I come back, I might be in full diamond. So, but I will be killing the dragon on camera and anything of real importance if I'm here at my good setup. If I'm not at my good setup, I will probably just wait for like the dragon, because the only point of doing the dragon is getting elytra later. So, and to make the world also more cool looking and whatnot, is that I will also be using the Hermit Heads data pack, as well as the oh my god, what is it called? Armor statues thing, so I can get some cool armor sand work and more detail done. So that's not until later, when we are more prepared for it and actually kind of need it. But yeah, so I'm just gonna cut here, get stuff done, and just figure out what I kind of want to do, and where I kind of want to set up my small chest monster for the beginning the dock, and start just collecting the dock stuff, which is mainly spruce, stone, and some dark oak. So I need to go out there, but first I need to get better equipment and a stable food supply, and then depending on the video, like what we need to do in the video still, I keep splitting that. We will figure out some other stuff to do, but I'm really excited for this project. So, oh yes, we can get one more. Cool. Don't you guys think this looks a little bit better than the normal texture? Like, the textures I'm using, it just makes it a little bit more smooth, and it takes out like the harsh colors, like the more black pixels in it. And one of my other favorite parts of the texture pack, which I found recently, is a twinkling stars. Oh my god, I love this so much. For those of you who don't know much about me, and I actually don't know if I've ever said this in a video, but I love all things space and space games and everything like that. So, going back to Minecraft, let's come back to Minecraft. I think we're gonna start here. So, if you guys remember in the little creative segment, I think I set it up actually right in here, and I took all that out because I needed to expand and I didn't want to go all the way out and whatnot. So I just dug that out. But for here, we are going to start here somewhere, and I want to do one of the big outjetting segments right here, so that we have plenty of space to kind of put ships around, because I don't want like 3-block clearance from the surface water to the ocean ground, or from the bottom of a ship that's in the water, and obviously it's not be directly on top. And I kind of want to give myself 10-block clearance from the surface down to the bottom, just so we are. Oh my god, I was thinking about sleeping. I was like, nah, nothing's gonna spawn here. I forgot zombies walk towards you. This is also the night one. Let's see if I can survive night one. Let's take care of this guy. Cool. Let's sleep. So, some of the other things oh my god, you gotta be kidding me. So, we're gonna start here, and I'm gonna start laying stuff out. I will probably do measurements and laying out in the creative test world. Just, oh my god, I'm going to die. Does he have a punch bow? He didn't drop it. I was hoping he would drop it. I'll probably do planning stuff out in that creative test world, just so I can see how far out I need to go without actually doing it with whatever kind of tools I have at the time. So yeah, we are just going to keep grinding and actually go mining at this point. And I would pick probably the farthest point away from any of the biomes I need to get to, because they are all, like, if I remember, I think the dark oak is 1,000 blocks that way or something. Jungle is, there's like a little island I can go to, which I do plan on building something on actually, and there's also a temple on that island. And there, once we get over more there, or once we feel like, we can take on some certain projects that involve wardens. I know a few temples over that way. I think there's a pretty big one too. I think it's like 2 of them combined. So that's gonna be fun in the future, but not this episode, not next episode, or the one after that. So I'm just going to start getting stuff together, and I should stop saying that because it's like the 3rd time I've said it, and I've collected some coal since the last clip I've said it. So I don't know what to do with these islands yet, but future, let's not plan everything out. Let's just start small with a big giant harbor and freight yard and all that kind of stuff. So let's get into it. Oh, and before I cut the clip, I will be doing time lapses. I don't know how the replay. I can't speak. I don't know how the replay mod works, so I'm just going to use my other account as a spectator account, basically, for a camera. And yeah, so I don't know when the first time lapse will be. It might even be this episode, but I don't know, because I'm just gonna kind of go with the flow and see what kind of happens and what I kind of feel like starting. And one of the first things I might kind of want to do is get a example block palette from, like, all the block palettes. I think I want to get those built in the world so I can kind of see what kind of block palettes I can start gathering stuff for. Because I'll know I'll need a lot of stone, granite, calcite, stuff like that, and then some more like the blues and copper. Like copper won't be hard and whatnot, so we're just going to kind of see. I'm gonna take all this down 1 level, but yeah, we're just listening to me ramble some more, because that's all I do is ramble. So let's actually cut to me doing something more productive in the future. I'm back already, and it's been 5 minutes since the last clip, so I have done nothing. I've took out that little section I was talking about that was bugging me, but I just, because the way I record things in general, not just Minecraft but just in general, is I use OBS, and I just take the clip and then I just put it into a folder and label it 1, and then I do the next clip and label it 2. So all my stuff is organized. Like, I have Minecraft folders and Fortnite folders and everything like that. And I even go as far as, in the folder, I have a folder for the episode. Can we get some cheeky iron without dying? That would be nice. Maybe. But And that way I can also just check to see how long the video is without putting it into a editing software. And this video already is at like 23 minutes. So I don't know if we'll do much else in this episode. In fact, I know I won't put anything else into this episode. So rather than trying to squeeze in something less than like 10-15 minutes. Oh, there's some cheeky iron, but it's in a bad place. I've decided to just end the episode, and so that way I can get going on the grind and not worry about having to finish off an episode before I lose my setup for a few days. So if you guys like the video, like and subscribe. I would be much appreciated, but you do you. You don't need to do what I tell you. But yeah, leave a comment if you're excited for the series and if you want to see anything special in the series, like anything like any special buildings or anything like that. Just keep in mind that it's going to be more medieval themed, and I kind of want to do a rail line too, even though that's not medieval. I just love rail lines. And I've actually, on my friend server, I've been building a rail line, and it's really cool. And I actually use a medieval bridge to hold up that rail line. So I will absolutely be using that bridge in here somewhere. But I don't know where yet. Ooh, that goes down. There's some tough. I need to keep that in mind. Because that's going to be one of the hard things, is actually getting all the resources I need. And I'm not going to try to do anything crazy as in resource gathering, crazy stuff. Like, I'm not going to try and get 5 stacks of the... It's not crimson, it's the other one. But, like, the blue logs. So I'm not going to go too crazy. Like, I don't know if I'll do any blue building, roof, whatever to start out with from that palette. I'll probably just do spruce and dark oak, like I know, and something easier like that, you know? Now it's just a matter of getting out of this hole. So I will see you guys in the next episode, and when we start that episode, I will be much more farther along than I am now. And if that's not okay with you, too bad. It's my decision, and you don't have to watch. But you won't see the awesome place we're going to create. Speaking of creating, I don't know any names for villages or towns or sections or whatever. So if you have any good ideas, put them in the comments. But see you guys in the next episode.